Hello, let's do Wordle for Tuesday, June 2nd. Let's play. Yesterday we spun the wheel. It said to start with blind. Let's see what we get. Ooh, that is lucky that it starts with B. All right, so starts with B. We could put the I second. What are common letters though that we need? S, T, R, N and L are gone. Would be nice to get an E and an A, or at least one of them. So we need to use the I, so probably just get the E. Maybe, I'm wondering what to do with the I, because I kind of want to do like a BR word, but then the I is pushed out here. I guess we could do, I was going to say brain, but there's no N. I don't think there's an EI word. Is there another BRAI? Braid, but there's also no D. Okay. Maybe we just do BI. Is there a way to end in E? Binge, no N. It's like bist a word. I don't know it. If it is. Oh, I thought of birch, like the tree. Birch tree. It's not really what I wanted, but it's something to guess, so I'm going to do it. All right, I is not second, so I'm thinking I fourth. Different vowel second, because R is gone. Would it be an A or an, what are the vowels? An A, an O, a U. This just doesn't look like a word. Neither does that. What is this word? Okay, the only other option is to end in I, but what are we doing after this B? It has to be a vowel, I would think. L and R are gone. I can't think what would end in I. Let me fill out like IT at the end or something, just to see if that rings any bells. IS, basis. There it is. Okay. Think about the ending is what helped there. I wonder if basis was the only thing left. We're going to find out in a second, but first we're going to spin the members wheel and see what tomorrow's starting word will be. It is Earth, suggested by Megan Dewem. So if you would like to play along, tomorrow we'll be starting with Earth. All right, let's do some analysis. So the answer was basis, and we started with blind. There were 15 answers left. Basic, basis. Birch got rid of the C. Batic, befit, bicep, bigot, biker, biome, birch, birth. I thought of birch, but not birth. I wonder if I would have gone with birth instead. Probably with the T instead of the C. But C is still high value. I did birch. It suggests birth. Birch, not so much. So yeah, I probably should have gone with birth if I'd thought of it. All right. But after birch, there were 4 words left. Basis, batic. What is batik? Batik. I'm going to look that up. Batik. Dyeing technique used using wax resist. Interesting. Okay. Befit and bogey. So it says batik or befit are the way to go. Basis would not have eliminated everything. I think basis doesn't tell the difference between batik and bogey because they both have that I fourth. Oh no, the A does it. So is it? Why wouldn't basis distinguish? Basis, bogey. Oh, they all have I fourth. So it doesn't tell you befit versus bogey, I think is the problem. All right, anyway, I got it in 3. It would have gone batik and then basis, or befit the basis. All right, so I got a little lucky. It would go biter. From there, it's only basic or basis. So it could do worse than me. 50-50. All right. Let's look at tails. It suggested start. Whoa. Yeah, because of the green S, there's just not many words that like there's 425 unlikelies that are all plurals that were removed from the answer list. So it's just basis and oasis left. We had oasis recently, didn't we? I don't know how recent, but I feel like we've had it. But yeah, basis. All right. So it probably gets a 2, maybe a 3. Steel. This was equal measure, 2 or 3. Steel, we're going to test double S at the end with brass. I wonder why all the double S words weren't there. I guess there just isn't a double S word with the A here. I guess that makes sense. All right, anyway, steel is going to test double S with brass. And then from there, it's only basis. Wow. Basis is such a unique word in terms of spelling. All right, adieu, the most common starting word. We have an A and an I. We're going to try train. From there, we're going to go Malik. And then we could go oasis basis. Now, if you don't know what Malik is, you could choose to go basic and win. Or you could go like Cilia, and then like basis, or yeah. There's a bit of a play here, but if we do go Malik, there's a 50-50 to get in 4 or 5. All right, audio also goes train, Malik basis. All right, sure. Stare, very common starting word. Go basil, and then there's this trap. That's quite the trap. Basil, basic, basin, basis. Wow. All right. Yeah, stare doesn't get the L. It doesn't get the N. It doesn't get the C. All common letters, but it just, that start doesn't get it. All right. So it could get as bad as 5. It could get a 2 or it could get a 5. Actually, no. Basil was the suggestion. But then after that, it could get a 3 to 5. Pert tries to get it in 2. It does not today. It does canal. Then Dobbs. And then basis. All right. And finally, clasp is what the official bot starts with. Taser. It could get basis in 3. Otherwise, it does basin basis and gets it in 4. All right. Let's check the official bot. See how people are doing. So, I beat the bot. 76 skill score. Did not like my guesses at all. Yeah, I think I know why from the other analysis. Blind is 92 skill. That's pretty high. I didn't think it would be so high. All right, so birth and then birch. So a lot of people thought of birch with me, but birth is better. Although birch seems to have a smaller average steps to solve today. Biter is what the official bot and the other bot suggested. Biker, basis, basic, biome, bicep, bite, B-I-G-H-T, bigot, and bites. Interesting. Maybe just not able to think of something. All right. I give it 68 for birch. I really didn't like it. And then an 85 for basis because this batik is actually a possible answer. All right. Clasp, taser, mason, basis. Interesting. That's very different. Clasp, taser, basin, basis. Interesting. So actually this word's the only one that's different. Basis, 0.2% of people starting with basis. 1.7, 14.9. That's a big jump from 3 to 4. 14.9 to 50.7, 86.5, 98.1 solve rate. People losing on oasis, basic, basil, basin. So that little mini trap there. Basage with a J. This is someone either trying to lose or not. Oh, I guess it's 0.1. So just not thinking of the repeated S, I suppose. Or maybe following a little too closely the advice that words can't end in S, because that's not entirely true. My rule of thumb is if it ends in S and you remove the S and it's still a word, or it ends in ES and you remove the ES and it's still a word, it's not an answer. All right. Same with D, ED. Let's refresh and upload a screenshot. So we can analyze in regular mode. Birth, birch, biter, basic, bite, spiker, bite. All right. Slate, oasis, basis. Wow. Okay. 0.4 started with basis. 1.7. 12.8. Basic winning. 43.9. 80.5. 95.9. People losing on basic, basage, oasis, basil, basin, baths, babas. I wonder how many people are going to complain that today's word ended in S and that's why they didn't guess it. Anyway, how'd you do?